Hi, welcome back to Cardinal Rose Tarot. Thank you for being here. Welcome in. My name is Cynthia. So I'm here, just kind of felt like it was time to do another general reading. For some reason I've been a little bit, I don't know what, just out of sorts a little bit with my creative work. So that happens. Maybe the muse is eluding you or something like that. The other challenge I've been personally having is just facing logistical challenges of day-to-day living that are interfering, right? That can kind of feel like they're interfering with your flow. But really what I've been finding as I'm up against these challenges, I'm an owner in a brand that is about to blow up. And it is blowing up. It's not even about to blow up. It's blowing up. And in fact, that's the challenge, is that it's growing faster than we can accommodate because it's a new market for this brand. And there's a lot of stuff going on around it with importing and stuff. And so the reason that we're having to fend off all these sort of predatory actors in terms of our brand is because our brand is so good. And so we're now being attacked because predators are circling because they see it and they're underestimating us and they think that we don't know how to fight back or protect our work or whatever. And what's interesting is that it's actually really exhilarating, and intriguing and interesting to get into this. I've never been someone interested in business, and yet here I am kind of navigating this contract dispute, and I'm really interested in it. I'm really interested in all of the legal ins and outs, all of the stuff that I always thought, how boring. I'm not interested in business and finance. That's very not me, Well, it turns out it is me. You're always learning new things about yourself, and I'm no exception. I'm now learning that I'm interested in this stuff. So rather than, it is stressful. We don't want our business to be in jeopardy by this legal situation. So of course it's stressful, but it's also very interesting and kind of exciting and fun in a way as well, because it involves challenge and discernment and strategy and thinking ahead, like chess, right? It's often feels like a game of chess, and I like chess too. So I just am liking learning this about myself. And I also just wanted to share a couple things. This little lavender wand, which you might not be able to see it so well. I'll try to hold it up by the light here. This is an old craft from Western Europe, France particularly, I think, where most of the wild lavender used to grow before it began to be cultivated for herbs and other uses, perfuming. And you can take a bouquet of lavender stalks like this and create this craft where you sew ribbon through the buds like this and create these little wands, and they're just called lavender wands. They've been around forever. I meant to research before I shared this one. I didn't make these. I've never made a lavender wand. This is from a lavender farm near where I live in the state of Oregon, and I ordered several because I'm thinking about including them in gifts, but also because they're a nice thing to have on your altar, honoring the spirit of lavender and the spirit of plants and the beautiful fragrance. This is from 2023 and it still smells amazing. I can smell it even from here, right? I don't have to do this, but it smells really good. Ooh, that's about to fall off there. Now I have some citrus and cinnamon and oak moss and a bunch of other herbs burning here too. And then finally, these little feather fans that I made with blue feathers. I don't know how much the blue is showing up here. One of the things I learned in making these, because I wanted to save all of the blue feathers that I find outside from the jays and the blue quail that live here. And my bird, Stevie, has blue wing feathers. So these are all a combination of all three of those. And what I learned about blue feathers is that the pigment, it's not pigment. There is no pigment in these feathers, which is so fascinating if you're interested in light and color. What this is called is something I didn't even really know existed formally in the world, other than when you see light shining through a raindrop or something and it makes a rainbow. This is structural color. These feathers don't have actual pigment in them. They're not pigmented. The color comes from the way that the light hits them and their structural formation. So it would be something like Predator, almost like Predator has that ability to cloak himself. It's like that. This is like that same kind of idea. That's what these feathers are. They're structurally colored. They're not pigmented at all, which I think is so fascinating. So there's something to structural color that's being channeled maybe for somebody as a message. These little feather fans that I made for smudging, they're going to be held by little poppets that I make. I'm not sure yet what kind of poppets are going to hold these feather fans, but I'm excited to have these made. I think they came out nicely. So let's get into a reading here and see what wants to come out for a general message. What are some general messages for the collective for this season? So we are now kind of getting deep into fall. Pretty soon it'll be, you know, if you're somebody that practices in the Abrahamic faiths, the holidays are coming up for that time of year. That's why I've got my plans to make my little poppets. I don't really buy for anyone anymore, but sometimes I'll hand make some gifts for people. That's what I decided on, is to make some either like the Holly King or Father Christmas or some type of winter solstice, winter seasonal poppet for people. I've already got the herbs that I'm going to fill them with, and that'll be my little project for this season. What do you need to know? What do we need to know in the collective? The Nine of Cups. So nearing an absolute abundant windfall of joy. You're already there, but it's already happy, but it's still more to come kind of energy on the split. So this is good news. Moving into a calmer time. Feeling you're not necessarily tuned into this Nine of Cups. So it's nice, and be assured that there's better days ahead, okay? You may be feeling very up against it and like you need to move into something calmer because you're fatigued and exhausted and worried about something here. Yeah, you've been feeling like you've had to defend yourself against something, and you're trying to move into a calmer position after being fatigued and wiped out and exhausted from having to protect yourself from something. Your money, perhaps. People may have been attacking your sense of security and stability and abundance, and it's had you in high degrees of stress. This is interesting. This is like maybe a continuation of a reading I picked, or a storyline I picked up on in a couple readings back, about two feminine energies who were in an adversarial relationship over a similar goal. Like they want the same position in an employment or in a social group or something. They're fighting over the same position, possibly over an opportunity that feels that they could miss out on, and they're fighting over this. Yeah, you're one of these feminines, and you are working hard to protect what you feel is yours, your opportunity, your fortune, your material security. You are really having to defend it against somebody. It's interesting here. You have nothing to worry about, because where the energy is headed is the Ten of Pentacles. So your abundance is coming, and your joy as well, and sense of satisfaction and happiness, because that's what that Nine of Cups card was saying on the split when we first started the layout. So why have you been having to defend yourself? Is this against a toxic feminine? What's the need to defend yourself been about here? What have you been defending yourself against? Someone is very, someone's attacking you as a healer. Reputationally, they are trying to end this for you. Is this what I think? Because it could actually be that someone's practicing magic here, like death magic, with this moon card in the reverse and the death card and the Hierophant and Temperance. That's what I'm wondering about. Have you been defending yourself against someone who's been attacking you bodily? It doesn't have to be magic. It could be an institution that's attacking you bodily, right? Like a policing institution or something, or a court institution that is telling you you're going to be having to go to jail, right? It could be any number of things. Who are you defending yourself against? It feels like it could be a spiritual attack with this moon and the Hierophant and the Temperance card. But it could also be like you're being attacked institutionally by a power greater than you, possibly. Who's doing the attacking here? You're having to defend yourself from. You're pretty fatigued and trying to just, when is this going to be over is kind of what you're wondering. What is the attack? Yeah, it's a toxic masculine, like a priest, a high priest, or a toxic spiritualist who portrays themselves as a priest, right? Okay, so like a priest who carries out abuses against children, for example, would be a toxic priest, not a divine masculine, a toxic masculine, right? That's what this is saying. But a priest puts themselves out there to the community as somebody that's to be listened to, somebody whose guidance you need to follow, right? They're considered to be a direct vehicle for God's message to the community of the Catholic Church. So this is somebody like that. They're portraying themselves as a good person, like a spiritual leader, or somebody to be trusted and listened to as an expert. But what they're actually doing is attacking you with confusion, creating confusion, disturbing your path because there's envy and jealousy about you as a healer. They don't want anyone to know that they're doing this, though. They don't want to be perceived as someone who's jealous and envious of you and your gifts, right? So you're also a spiritual practitioner. I'm picking up this person feels competitive with you because they also consider themselves to be a spiritual practitioner. And they don't want to be perceived as jealous or envious or as a hater, so they're attacking you in secret. That's what's coming through. It's very Queen of Cups in the reverse. That's what's saying here in the facts position. That's someone who's highly emotionally manipulative. So again, a priest, someone who is saying, I am the messenger of God, that you need to be listening to my words because I have a direct line to the words of God and you need to listen to me. But they're in reverse, and what they're doing is abusing people behind closed doors and manipulating their power and getting in their head and causing them confusion around their own spiritual beliefs, right? A gaslighter. Okay, this is what we're talking about, is an emotionally manipulative person who takes from their community, and that's it, and carries out abuse. They're trying to attack your sense of stability and safety and groundedness and perception as a healer, because you're a healer. This is a spiritualist that's attacking you reputationally and magically, I think. Trying to create confusion, trying to make people think that you're confused and untrustworthy, right? Well, that you're not. Where things are headed is the Ten of Pentacles. So they've not been able to stop any of your growth or abundance or happiness. What's the Ten of Pentacles that's coming where things are headed? I mean, it's in the reverse, but let's see here, because I'm not feeling it in the reverse. But it might be. It could be that they're going to keep trying to attack your future here. So what is that? Yeah, there's someone that sees your achievements yeah, they're trying to take it. That's why it's here in the reverse. They're trying to steal this from you somehow by creating confusion, by diverting you on your path, by spiritually attacking you. But they're not succeeding. They're trying to attack your abundance, but it's this one abundance card in the reverse surrounded by all of these positive cards. So the truth is that your abundance is assured, whoever this is that's attacking you isn't going to succeed. So I'm curious now to find out, why did they attack you? Why has this person been attacking you? Let's ask that question, and then we'll get some advice for you. Why has this person been attacking you? It could be a feminine or it could be a masculine. Both came out here. So it's going to be just how it fits to your situation. Why is this person attacking you? They don't want you to be perceived as a healer. They don't want you to have a good reputation, so they're attacking your reputation. I think it's because they are competing with you, and you are aware of this. You've been having to defend yourself, and you're exhausted and just trying to move on. You're not interested. You don't want to battle with this person, right? You're like, what are you doing stalking me? Like, why are you so obsessed with me? That's what you would say, right? Why are they attacking you? What is their goal? Why are they attacking you? They don't like the opportunity that's coming for you. You've been selected, or you're being chosen. You're being chosen and perceived as a source of success and a new world. Like, you're someone who has the ability to guide people towards their success. You are somebody that has the ability to guide people into a second era of their life that's like a more healed, because you're a healer. That Temperance card came out. They don't like that you're being chosen as a healer, that you're being perceived as someone that can bring people success if they listen to you and your wisdom. It's bringing a tower to the situation because this person is attacking you and attacking your reputation. They're very sad about this. They find it very sorrowful that you've been chosen. And in fact, they may even have a heartbreak for some of you. You may have been chosen by a lover over this person that's attacking you, and now they're spiritually attacking you because they're angry. They don't want you to have the opportunities that you have. They're covetous of these opportunities. They see that what you're creating for yourself, because you're this King of Wands. You've manifested this entire era for yourself. You have done it through your own single, sexy, and successful Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups energy, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. This is you. You're like King Midas, okay? You have the Midas touch. And it's not even just materially. It's also that you make people feel safe. You make people feel understood. You have the ability to help people feel like you're helping them get on track. Like, I hate the term motivational speaker, but it could be something like that. Like, you have a highly motivating, healing energy that people are drawn to. People like your words of wisdom. People like listening to what you have to say. You might create content online. You might have a business where people listen to you. You might be a helping professional in some way, or a doctor, right? You're a King of Wands. You have that is literally a King Midas, okay? It's like whatever you touch becomes creative brilliance, genius, gold, as the story goes of King Midas. So it's created a tower for this person. They're very bitter about it. They are very resentful of what they know is coming for you. What are these two knights here? The Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. They're very jealous of how you're perceived. You think that they would just decide, well, what do I need to do to up my own? But instead they're attacking you. So that's part of their problem, is that they see that to advance themselves, they feel they must attack someone else rather than just focus on their own game, right? Who are these knights? Yeah, you may have at one time been friends with this person, and they were secretly competing with you, and now the gloves are off and you found out that they've been competing with you this whole time, and it created a tower. You may have at one point been their friend. It was someone that you trusted. Now you have found out that they're trying to steal your ideas, or they've been secretly started another channel with using your material that you didn't know about, and you're about to find this out, right? Or you just did find it out. It's someone that doesn't, it's also for others of you, it's someone that you were chosen over them in love, because with the Lovers and this Two of Cups card and the choice and the sorrow, that's it for other, for people that they see that you're going to go off and have this happily ever after that they're not going to have, and it created a tower for them to start attacking you. What's the tower? Is this their tower? What's the tower that happened? I'm seeing someone playing dice. Someone might like to play dice, or else that's a metaphor for rolling the dice on taking a chance. Yeah, they're trying to... The tower is that maybe they've trapped themselves now by trying to trap you. Yeah, they tried to trap you through spell work for some of you, and through creating illusion, through trying to harm you reputationally again. They tried to harm you. Yeah, you can't make it up. They don't want you to have the reputation that you have. They're attacking your reputation as somebody who's safe, secure, understands how to generate abundance. Like, you might be a financial advisor and somebody else wants to steal your client base. And they don't like that you're seen as very skilled or very experienced. Another idea is an attorney. This could be a criminal case or an attorneys warring over something. Yeah, because now we have a Queen and King of Pentacles. So you may have been chosen in love by a divine counterpart, and this person's bitter about it and attacking you because of it. What's the Tower? What's the Tower here? This couple's in the upright here. So you were being attacked materially by this emotional manipulator. You're this Queen of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, either way. You're very grounded, you're very secure, you're very abundant, you make people feel safe, you inspire people. You have an abundant new era coming that was assured with that Wheel of Fortune card that somebody covets. They don't like that. They're trying to trap you, prevent you from receiving this opportunity or this love. What's the Tower? What's the Tower here? Yeah, they tried to block your healing of your inner child. They tried to create confusion and illusion to your faith. and put you in poverty. They tried to attack your wealth and your abundance and your sense of security. They tried to attack your sense of faith that you were safe in the world. They tried to create confusion for you by attacking your inner child, convincing you that you're not a healer, that you're not healed. They've ultimately been trying to block you in all of your goals. You know this because you're intuitive, so you're a spiritualist. For the bulk of people catching this reading, it's your spiritual practice that they're attacking because they don't want you to have the reputation that you're gaining or that you already have as a legit spiritualist, as someone that can be trusted, that can be relied upon, that has abundant energy, that's going in abundant directions, that has manifested a new era for themselves and their own spiritual practice, right? You're intuitive, you're gifted. They're trying to block your healing practice. It's a competitive, they're sending all kinds of, maybe even people towards you to attack you. Yeah. But again, we have divine masculine energy here. Divine masculine energy. This person's emotionally unstable. They don't have self-love. Yep. That's what it is. It's just someone that's envious. It's someone that's jealous of you and your spiritual practice and your reputation as a spiritualist. And because of that, they're trying to attack you and harm you reputationally, because that's how they roll, because they're unhealed, because they're not really a spiritualist, okay? A spiritualist that's going to have true power doesn't operate that way because they know that's not where their true power lies. So now, for the outcome of this reading, let's get some advice for you. What's some advice? What's some advice and what's coming for you now? Because these attacks have not worked. So what do you have to look forward to? And what's some advice? What do you have to look forward to? Because these attacks are not going to succeed. You have all this amazing stuff on the horizon that signals a lot of abundance and joy and success. So I would love to know more about what that is, what that looks like for you. What's that going to be? What is that success going to look like? And what is some advice for you? What's your success going to look like? And what is some advice for you? Because those attacks did not work. It might not want to answer because on the split is the High Priestess. So where I'm saying, where are things headed and what is some advice? We'll just try. We'll see what comes out. I like to do this little advice spread all at once and then take it in. This is a little advice spread that I made up myself to just do quick advice readings for personal situations using a combo of cards. What's some advice and what do you have to look forward to? Just this last little Lenormand. Advice and what you have to look forward to in terms of this person attacking you reputationally. I keep stumbling over that word. All right. Let's see what it says here. God damn, this is so powerful. Sorry for the delay. I was just taking it in because it's amazing. I love cards. So this is this universal story or myth, which is what this card asks at the very center of things. What universal story or myth is manifest here? It's judgment day for this covetous person that's been attacking you sneakily from behind the scenes. They've been covertly attacking you because they want your reputation, which is as a healer and a spiritualist. So they're attacking you secretly because they know how it's going to make them look. They would look like a hater if people knew they were attacking you overtly. So they're hiding it. They're hiding and attacking you while presenting themselves as also this healed, wise person that people should listen to. Well, this is judgment day for them. This is the tale as old as time, or the universal story is that this person's about to be exposed. It's their judgment day. If they didn't want the smoke, they shouldn't have engaged in these tactics. Okay, we can kind of feel for them from afar, but you should never be trying to protect someone from the consequences of their own actions. It doesn't help them or you. This was a communication about a pregnancy. For the bulk of people, this may have been a literal trap where this person was trying to trap you into some type of pregnancy. The other thing is that they may have cursed or tried to curse your family line by putting a block into your lineage or bloodline that says, I curse this bloodline from now into the future. May they never gain wealth. May they never have independence. May they never see abundance. It could have been something like that. And it failed. The spell work that they were doing, the messaging that they were sending out in evil eye and all that to get you to give up, run away from your plans, feel you're going to fail. All the spell work that they were doing has failed. But that's what was going on here. It was either like a curse on your lineage or bloodline. For some of you, it may have been like a fake pregnancy trap where they were trying to trap you into being with them so that you wouldn't go on to do your own growth and progress without this person. That could be. The lesson is that you were forced into a still hanged one position for a while. And while this was all playing out and you were sort of, your hands were tied for a while, you were forced to just be still and speak your truth to whoever you could, right? You had the power of your voice, but you may not have had any other power. So you just kept telling your truth, doing your work, speaking your truth, creating your content, right? What your advice is to know here that you're safe, you're cherished, your legacy and your bloodline is safe and secured, and you have abundant and joyful times of trusted relationships coming. This person failed to destroy your reputation. They failed to successfully attack you and destroy your business or steal your lover or whatever, or keep your lover from you. Because your advice is to just know that you have these beautiful, loving relationships are here for you now. Your legacy is protected, and that's what you have to look forward to. Go ahead and breathe deeply and replenish yourself and rest while whatever institution, what is this institutional tower card here? Rest while the powers that be work this out. There might be a legal case for, oh wait, this isn't the deck I wanted to use. Rest while what? What is this tower card here? It could be an institution. It could be imprisonment. Could be that this person's going to prison and that you don't have to do anything else other than rest because this person's trap they set for you is now ensnared them themselves. What's the prison trap here or institution? Yeah, this person's trapped themselves by their own design. They trapped themselves in their own trap. That's what this is saying. They set a trap for you and then they trapped themselves within it. And now they're going to, it's like everything they wanted for you is what they're going to now be having. They were trying to attack your inner child. For some of you, it may have been they were literally trying to attack you and trap you by having a child with you against your will, really, that you didn't want. they're now going to be trapped in the web that they tried to create for you, is the final outcome here. What's your final message, Spirit? What's the final message for you? Your legacy is safe. You're safe and cherished. What's the final message for you? This person's attacks failed. Totally. What's the final message for you, and what's the final message for the person that attacked you? It's so great. It's the spider and passion flower. The trap that they tried to set for you has ensnared them. You can count on that. I'm going to read from her little book here. To overcome creative blocks, try to be like the spider and innovate and adapt. Have faith that your quiet efforts will pay off in the end. So it might be best to just keep doing your work and know that you don't have anything to fear. All of your work is going to pay off in the end. You have successfully, the work you did successfully ensnared this person in their own trap. That's what you have to understand about the situation. And what is the message to the person that tried to trap you? The marten and foxglove. Beware of others' dishonesty. A trick or a scam can be afoot. So that's what they're going to be dealing with, is the trick and the scam that they tried to create for you and ensnare you in. You eluded successfully, and now they're the ones that are going to be on the run and having to beware because everything backfired on them. So I hope that's helpful to you. I'll see you in the next one, and be good out there. Stay safe.